Surely the Leafs can defend a 3-goal lead in the third period. Oh no. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Steve's Dang It's, where we look at the biggest bloopers from around the NHL over the past week. It doesn't even have to be a blooper or even a bad play. It could just be something that makes you say dang it. And speaking of which, number one, Vegas Golden Knights, what are those? Now I know that the NHL and a lot of its teams are often criticized for not being able to try new things. And here they are trying a new thing and we rip them for it? Yes! But isn't life about trying and failing until you find a winning formula? Absolutely, but these things suck. It's not even like in Europe when the league's leading scorer has to wear a helmet that looks like that. That is a gimmick for one guy, and for some reason, I find it fun. When it's everybody on the bench, it looks like a Las Vegas production of the Nutcracker. New goal! Hey guys, we're one of the coolest and funnest teams in the NHL, but what if we look like a bunch of doorknobs? Like look bad? No, like literal doorknobs, like you're in the door section of Home Depot. But I'm not gonna offer a criticism without offering a solution. I know how to make these helmets pop. You wear your normal helmets in the first and second period. Then for the third period, boom, you put on the shiny one, let the other team know that you've got Super Saiyan. But until they try that idea, these things suck. They're a dang it. Now let's rip the band-aid off. Let's get to the most obvious one. It was 5-1. Then the Toronto Maple Leafs, the first place team in the North Division and the league for some time, taking on the Ottawa Senators, the last place team in the North Division and league for some time. The Leafs make it 5-1. Easy peasy. Austin Matthews isn't even celebrating the goals anymore. It's getting sad, and there's still a period to play. Until John Tavares forgets what team he plays for.
Picked up by Watson in shorthanded, shoots, rebound, score! Nick Paul, a shorthanded goal with 9 seconds to go in the period. And Ottawa's got its second.
The Sens score with less than 10 seconds to go in the second period, but they're still the worst team in the league, and there's only 1 period to play and they're down 3 goals. Surely the Leafs can defend a 3-goal lead in the third period. Oh no.
Foot pass ahead, Artem Zub on the breakaway. Zub in, scores! Feeds it back across, tap back to White, across to Brown, scores! He goes to Norris. Norris shoots, tipped in front by Kachuk, rebound, score!
Oh, that's agony. The Sens come back and they tie the game 5-5, completely erasing a 4-goal deficit. Now it's in overtime. But this is where the Leafs redeem themselves. Surely, they have way more skill, right? Like here's Austin Matthews wide open in overtime. He's about to end it, right?
And Marner couldn't slide it back. Now drops it back. Oh, what a chance there, Riley turned away.
Ah, why? He's right there!
Morgan Riley lost the puck down to Shabbat. In comes Dadonov on the breakaway. Dadonov in, scores! Evgeny Dadonov, the overtime winner. And the Ottawa Senators come back from 5-1 down to win it 6-5.
Being a Leafs fan is being a hockey fan on legendary difficulty. Here's how sad it all got. Embarrassing was trending on Twitter nationally. After the game, Sheldon Keefe says that during the second intermission when the Leafs were up 5-2, he said it's the worst feeling he's ever had with a 5-2 lead. What a uniquely awful conundrum for the Leafs. You think the Flyers, the Stars, the Lightning are like, whoa boys, this 3-goal lead's got me sweating. And maybe worst of all, everyone after the game was talking about the Mount Rushmore of embarrassing Leafs losses, and I'm not sure this one makes it. They lost to an emergency backup goaltender. I'm not sure if you ever heard about that, so that's on there. You thought blowing a 4-goal lead was pretty bad. I actually watched them blow a 5-0 lead to the St. Louis Blues and losing in overtime many years ago. Then there was the famous It Was 4-1 game from 2013 against the Boston Bruins, but slightly higher stakes. And this game maybe takes up the 4 slot, but I'm sure we could go back through Leafs history and find far more embarrassing losses than that. But in the same way that the Leafs became the first ever team in NHL history to surrender a 3-goal lead in the third period of a Game 7, this is a doozy of a stat. From NHL Public Relations, the Senators had trailed by at least 4 goals in 240 regular season games before tonight, posting a 237-3 record in those contests. They are now 237-3. So would the first place Toronto Maple Leafs fail where 240 teams had succeeded? Well, I know producer Drew he actually made money off of the Sens comeback. Oh, Leafs. I'd say never change, but please change. That's a dang it. Now, this wasn't the only all-Canadian dang it that we have on here. Nate Schmidt, come on down. Now, like you, I've been noticing that Sportsnet has been using the shift length clock a lot more this season, and on this play, it became particularly relevant. Look who's on the clock in this one.
Kane center and shoots the puck in. Demko. Oh, it's a dangerous play. Loose puck, it's in. Nate Schmidt tried to go up the middle, and the puck ricocheted into the Vancouver goal. And what can you say about that? Calgary has the lead on an unforced error by the Canucks and Nate Schmidt.
Well, and Thatcher Demko, the miscommunication. Canucks had such pressure just before this. And here's Thatcher Demko feeds Nate Schmidt, and
it'll be Dubé's goal, and
Dubé gets a stick on it, and it's off Thatcher Demko, and he kicks it in his own net as Milan Lucic is coming in. It's off his leg. Is it going in? I think Dubé will get credit for it.
Oh. Usually in these dang it's videos, I'm out here telling goalies to stop playing the puck because they're bad at it. Now, they're able to do it sometimes, and to great effect. This was an example of a goalie getting completely screwed over by his defenseman. Nate Schmidt tries to do a thing, and Dylan Dubé bats the puck and puts it behind Thatcher Demko and in. Can you help me with what he was trying to do here? Because he's surely not trying to pass to Antoine Roussel here, right? Like, Roussel even looks from behind, he looks confused, doesn't he? He's not actually gonna do this, is he? I don't know if he was trying to give it to Roussel or create a longer stretch pass, or he certainly wasn't giving it to Quinn Hughes, who was right there as well. But he did a silly thing, and even worse, he telegraphed the silly thing. Dubé taking advantage and scoring. For Dubé, that's a great thing. For the Canucks and for Schmidt, that's a dang it. No, I certainly wouldn't blame Demko for that, dang it. Matt Murray on this one, I would.
We see the Jets do that a lot, Nikolai Ehlers and others, where they shoot with speed, and now you got your opponents reacting to you.
Only 5 skaters, shot, score!
Murray does a good job winning the faceoff. Forbert on his toes and just rims this puck in. It's misplayed from Murray, and how quick on the forecheck was Mason Appleton. He arrives first and doesn't hesitate for a half a second as he puts it right on the stick of Paul Stastny. That's a really intelligent shot.
Goaltenders tend the goal! But if you're gonna do something, do it on purpose. And unfortunately, the ever so slight hesitation from Matt Murray here ends up costing him. He leaves the net, the Jets take advantage, and oh, by the time he gets back, it's too late. Even worse, here's a stat I didn't even need to look up. I remember it off the top of my head. That is at least the second time this season already that Matt Murray has allowed a goal in the first 10 seconds of a period. Remember, he also did it against the Edmonton Oilers. Oof. But these aren't called Steve's oofs, they're called Steve's dangits. And that's one. Now we're gonna cross sports for a second. Anyone remember J.R. Smith and the Cavaliers taking on the Golden State Warriors? Don't you mean LeBron and the Cavs, Steve? No, LeBron was just the meme afterward. So J.R. Smith mystifyingly taking the ball after a free throw and doing a bunch of random stuff with it. J.R., what are you doing? Turns out he didn't know the score and he thought his team was losing, when in fact the game was tied. Oof, what a blooper, you might say. Oh, that's a basketball, dang it. Who would ever do that? That'll never happen again. Tuukka Rask, come on down. Tuukka Rask in net for the Boston Bruins as they take on the New York Rangers. It's the dying moments of the game and the score is 2-2. But don't tell Tuukka Rask that. Actually, do, because he doesn't know.
And now Zaboral picks it up for the Bruins.
Man, has Kreider been moving here in this game? Full speed ahead for Chris Kreider. He's been jumping.
Final minute, third period.
I don't know why Tuukka Rask lost the net.
Yeah, why did he go to the bench?
Oh my goodness, that was great. The bench,
Guess he lost track of the score.
That's priceless. He was going to the bench. I'm convinced he must have thought there was a delayed penalty. And the bench is like, Tuukka, get back. They're like, get back there.
When in doubt, stay in your net, whether the puck is there or not. Just over a minute ago in the game, a tied game, Tuukka Rask leaves for the bench. None of his teammates know what's going on. But before he got to the bench to give the Bruins an extra attacker, they informed him, actually, you're our extra attacker on account of it's a tie game. And then he is forced to turn around and, pardon me, through traffic to get back to the net. Oh, this could have turned out so much funnier, and I definitely wish it did, purely for the dang it's video. Like, it would have to get its own. What about the teams blow leads all the time, especially the Leafs? That's not special. A goalie literally forgetting the score and a abandoning his net, that's something else. It gets even better because listen to his comments after the game.
I honestly thought we're down 2-1. That's it. I thought we were down 2-1. Yeah, and then, you know, I was waiting for Butchie to wave me over there. I'm like, where the heck is he not? There's like a minute and a half left. He's not waving me, and then I just like decided to come when we had the puck, and then I think Chucky told me, buddy, it's 2-2.
So not only did he forget the score, and I'm sure he was willing to do it on account of no harm, no foul, and the Bruins ended up winning the game. But not only did Tuukka Rask forget the score, but he was wondering why his coach hadn't pulled him yet, so he just pulled an audible and went on his own. Can you imagine if the Rangers managed to steal the puck and score? Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that one. Tuukka, what happened? I forgot the score. I thought we were losing. Well, that's fine, but who told you to come to the bench? Of course that didn't happen, but oh, it's still really funny. But oh, it could have been the stuff of legend. It's still... Hey, dang it. Now, this next one, I don't even know if it should be in here. Here's Steven Stamkos. So I want to see if you notice what's wrong.
Cernak hit by Lomberg out in front. Cernak to Stamkos. One-timer. Scores! Steven Stamkos, welcome back to the lineup.
Okay, what's wrong with that? Steven Stamkos scored from the Steven Stamkos spot. What's so special? Do we have another angle, perhaps?
He does not reaching for any headphone, and here's a good look. It looks like it's into me, Brian.
Yeah. This one should tell.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold everything here.
Oh, what's... Oh! I'm not an athlete, you can tell, and I think I've told this story before, but I used to do dragon boat races. I was a paddler in high school. And because it was high school athletic and we didn't exactly have state-of-the-art technology, he said if it's a close race and you cross the finish line, celebrate like you won because they don't have photo finish. This is an example of that actually working. Because Steven Stamkos takes the shot, it goes off the bar, the goal horn goes off, he celebrates, the whole team celebrates. It must be a goal. Except, I don't think it is.
He does not reaching for any headphone, and here's a good look.
That to me is the perfect case for what was the call on the ice. Because based on that video footage, I can't tell you conclusively one way or the other. I have no idea with angles and everything. From the top angle, I could believe that the puck hit the bar and then maybe turned sideways and hit the mesh. It does look like it kind of hit the mesh, but that doesn't make it a goal. It is possible to hit the mesh but not cross the line entirely, which is the whole definition of a goal. But the call on the ice was a good goal, and the video evidence wasn't enough to overturn it. It's a goal. But after the calamity with the video error in the Columbus and Carolina game, I gotta wonder what the Florida Panthers said. The call on the ice stands, we have a goal. Are you sure? But if you're a Panthers fan and you don't even actually see the puck cross the line, that's a dang it. But the Panthers would have their revenge. Did you think this video was neatly organized to put all the goalie dangits in one spot? No. Here's Curtis McElhinney scrambling McElhinney.
The players have a real individualized feel for each other. That's a real important thing.
There's a turnover behind the net, and it is in. Jonathan Huberdeau with a gift and a wide open net, and we are all tied 1-1.
On the forecheck, Panthers do a terrific job. What happens to McElhinney here? The puck seemed to stick on him a little bit. He wasn't quite sure exactly how fast it was going to come around. I wonder if that hit sort of a little bump in the yellow kick plate around the bottom, because it seemed to completely fool McElhinney.
You're a goaltender. 10 the goal. 10 the goal. It always sucks the fun out of a building when they're still announcing the goal you just scored and you get scored on. It's even more deflating when it's like that. Curtis McElhinney leaves his net to play the puck like he has 1,000 times, but the speed of the puck changes while he's assessing the surroundings. With the puck kind of dying on him, Patrick Hornquist takes advantage and feeds Jonathan Huberdeau in front for the easiest goal of his NHL career. Oh, Mac, you know I love you, but that's a dang it. Actually, that's Stanley Cup champion Curtis McElhinney to you. Now, why not make our last dang it an all-Canadian one? Here's the Man Mountain making a meal out of it.
Yeah, and he's just so poised in doing it. John Shannon talked about the one there on the backhand side. He becomes a third defenseman back there.
Nurse shot off the rush, glove save. Allen rebound, batted back in. Weber, I think, put it off Allen inadvertently, and the Oilers get an absolute gift. It's 2-0.
And Darnell Nurse from a spot that he shot the puck a lot from this year, and he's beat goaltenders from this spot. And one of the things he talked about is hitting the net more, not missing the net. He used to miss the net high on a regular basis. Transitional game once again. McDavid with this puck. Darnell Nurse is right there up in the play as the third man takes the shot. That puck was there up for grabs, and it's Weber who tries to clear it out of harm's way, and it goes off of Allen and looks like it goes back and across that line. McDavid was right there and had a great shot to see it, and he put his hands up immediately. We'll take a good look here in the overhead, and yeah, no question.
Oh, ooh, this is a really good one to microanalyze. Now listen, I've never had to defend anybody in the NHL, let alone the killing machine that is the Edmonton Oilers top six. But I have been attacked by a Canadian goose several times, and I imagine it's similar. But Shea Weber handles it like a pro, perhaps too much so. He tries to just calmly and casually clear the puck, and it backfires. And here it is. Oh no, he hits the puck and somehow it ends up in his own net. But what is the somehow? The overhead angle is a thing of beauty. Allen makes the save. Weber goes to clear it. It hits Philippe Deneau. It's going wide, and then Weber bats it in. Oh, it would have put him in enough of a predicament if he had just tried to clear it off Deneau, only to find it right back on his stick. But instead, the thing was going wide, and he hits it into his own net. Shea Weber, that is a double dang it in the span of a second or less. And how about Darnell Nurse picking up a goal in the National Hockey League despite being the fourth most recent person to touch the puck? Cool for him, to be sure, but for Shea Weber, that's a dang it. So, what'd you think of this week's dang it's? Let me know in the comment box down below. We got a lot of cool content coming at you on the Sportsnet YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Scramble McElhinney into the net. I like his name.